Unfortunately, my military experience is not really relevant here, but I am going to use my analysis skills to assess the conspiracy theory that this was a PR stunt. So there's a couple of things that are very, very strange that comes to mind when I look at what happened. Now, the first thing is behind Trump, there was a crowd of people, right? So any attempts to shoot Donald Trump would have resulted very likely in someone being struck, either Trump or someone behind him. Because any bullets going in that general vicinity, even if you're a really bad shot, again, you have this huge background of people that are sitting behind him. So it will be really hard. I mean, you'd have to be so far off the target to have a bullet not hit him or someone in the crowd. So if we are to presume, and I know a lot of people make a lot of assumptions, this is really, really new. This just happened, what is it, 30, 40 minutes ago. So I am, you know, I'm hesitant to speak definitively about things. Like, for example, the fact that he was shot in the air. I don't know that he was shot in the air, right? I mean, it looks like he might have been shot in the air. And the main facts that I have is supposedly there were shots or loud sounds heard just before he was seen grabbing his ear. So you combine that, this sound of loud sounds, which could be like gunshots, right? And then he grabs the air, and then we see picture of the blood coming down from that direction. So this all seems to point to him being shot in the air, but that's not definitive. So I'm a little bit hesitant to just say that that's what happened. But if we assume that he actually got hit in the air, there's not a lot of mass, and it depends on what part of the air, right? Because, but generally speaking, the air doesn't have a lot of mass, so I don't think that the bullet would really be that much affected. So in terms of where did that bullet go after hitting him in the air, right? I don't think it's lodged in the air. I think it would have continued and gone beyond. So that bullet should have hit someone behind him. Why would someone with the skills to be able to circumvent whatever security that was at that event, the Secret Service, you can circumvent all that and successfully hit Donald Trump? You got that close, but yet you only fired one shot. Or if you fired more than one shot, the other shots didn't hit anyone behind him. Where'd those other shots go? It doesn't make any sense. Again, if you have the ability to pull this off, to even be able to fire any shots, much less to actually make contact, if you have that skill level, where are the other shots that you definitely would have made, and you definitely would have been at least in the range, and therefore, where are the victims behind Donald Trump? So from my understanding, depending on the type of bullet and the range that the shot was fired, that would have a lot of effect on the velocity of the bullet. So there is a potential chance of the bullet being deflected, fragmented. Again, it depends on what type of bullet and the gun and the range and all this kind of stuff. So there is a chance that there would be a logical explanation for why someone could be shot in the air, a bunch of people behind him not getting hit. However, if I were someone like Steven Crowder, who's done this many, many times, some breaking story comes out and he jumps in and puts out whatever rhetoric that he wants to put out that goes along with whatever rhetoric he's trying to push, I would just continue along this trajectory. However, I'm not Steven Crowder. I actually have some integrity. So as I'm making this video, we just got some latest updates on the shooting. And apparently there are two fatalities. Apparently the shooter was killed and also someone in the audience. I presume it's someone behind Trump. I looked at the video many, many times trying to see someone reacting to it, but I could not see anyone. But I'm going to assume that it's someone behind him that got killed. So now that kind of kills the conspiracy theory of it being a PR stunt because people are dead. The fact that the shooter was killed, that means there actually was a shooter. I don't think they would do a PR stunt having a sharpshooter to actually hit Donald Trump in the air, not hitting him, but getting the blood and all this. I don't know. Trump's a crazy guy. I don't know if he's that crazy. So the fact that there's a shooter kind of kills that. And then the fact that there's a fatality, definitely as a PR stunt. Whew. Yeah, I mean, Trump is doing really good right now. So, I could see if Trump was doing like how Biden is doing in the polls right now and a major scandal and everyone's talking about him every day about how awful he is or whatever. So if all the negative stuff that Biden's been getting, if Trump was getting it, and if he had the polls rating that that Biden has, I'm sorry, if Trump had the same poll rating as Biden, so things are looking very, very bad, looking like he's definitely going to lose potentially, then, considering what's going to happen with the cases and him potentially going to prison, I don't think he's going to prison, but just all that kind of stuff going on, I could see him maybe out of desperation planning something like that, but that ain't it. Bottom line is, that's not the reality. The reality is Trump has been doing very good right now as far as the polls. So there would be no need for him to do something really crazy like that. So if they did this as a PR stunt, it would be something I don't know, like they use something like they use in the movies, where you have this something that simulates like an explosion type of thing. I don't know, but I don't see any. Yeah, that's not really following. Based on all the evidence that I now know, right? Because now with additional information of two fatalities, it looks like this is absolutely high probability. We still need to wait for the investigation and everything else to come in. High probability that this actually, in fact, was an assassination attempt, resulting in the killer being shot and someone else getting shot and Trump just getting nicked in the ear. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your perspective. So what does this mean going forward? Well, if I were Joe Biden, I would be very, very nervous. Not only politically in terms of this, Trump being a martyr, this is going to bring out even more people to support him because they're going to feel like, the establishment is trying to stop him and the CIA did this and blah, blah, blah. And they're going to use this for campaign. And this is going to get a lot of attention. Trump. We're talking about Biden now. Nobody cares about Biden. Now it's going to be talking about this Trump assassination attempt. So free publicity, presented as a martyr. A lot of emotions in terms of people feeling like, wow, they try to take him out. Clearly, he's a good guy, right? Because what kind of people will try to assassinate a president? Clearly, those are the bad guys. And if the bad guys are trying to take out your guy, clearly your guy's a good guy. That's the logic people would use. And that kind of emotions, I think, can drive people to the polls. I'd be very, very concerned as a Democrat of having a massive surge in the polls of people coming out because they connect with this. Just kind of like after 9/11, where people got very emotional. It's kind of like, we gotta fight back and we gotta go and blow them up or whatever it is. Like there's a lot of sort of appetite for war. Let's go and fight back. So I think that same kind of people enlisted as a result of 9/11, right? So I think people are going to enlist into voting for Trump because he's fighting for us, right? They're not coming for Trump. They're coming for you. But Trump is just in the way. I would be also nervous in terms of safety. This is definitely going to be looked at as a CIA attack or definitely a Joe Biden. This is a Joe Biden thing. This is the Democrats trying to take out their opponent. They try to take him out with lawfare, and the lawfare didn't work, so now they're trying to assassinate him. There's going to be the new JFK conspiracy. So, with the idea being put out there by the right-wing propagandists, stand by for Tim Pool, maybe Ben Shapiro, I think Stephen Crowder, and all the more extreme like right-wing guys, they're going to put it out there that this is the Democrats doing it. The Democrats definitely did it, blah, blah, blah. And then by them putting that message out, putting it in the brains of so many people, some of those people are going to be really crazy people, and they're going to want to try to strike back. So I could see an attack on Joe Biden. I could see an attack on top Democrats. And we are currently, I believe, I saw the things are heading that way, but now it's official. We are officially on a path. I mean, we don't have to stay on that path, but we're officially on a path similar to January 6th. Not saying there's going to be another insurrection or whatever, but the climate is similar, if not worse. So this is all going to lead up to something, rising tensions and frustrations and whatever. I mean, it's kind of interesting because the polls indicating that Biden's going to lose. So the people who are right now motivated for violence, they wouldn't have a reason to be violent because their side wins. So, but it's not a guarantee that Biden's going to lose. Let's put it this way. If somehow Biden wins or Kamala Harris wins or whatever ends up happening, look out. We have enough to get people riled up enough to go out there and do something stupid again, like January 6th. I don't think they're stupid enough to do the exact same thing. So who knows what they're going to do this time, but something's coming. Anyway, this is the Debate Me channel. Debate Me in the comment section below. Click on the like button, subscribe, smash that bell, be well. What do you think happened? And what do you think's about to happen next?